Hello, and welcome to this collective and timeless reading. This is E-Star Tarot, and today we're going to be doing a collective reading to see what the collective needs to know for September 9th. This is going to be a special portal for, I think there's going to be not for everyone necessarily, but I think for the 999, because that's what the numerology works out to for the ninth. This could be a big month for birthing something. I think 9 months is the time it takes for pregnancy to come to term, right? So 9 is like everything coming up, getting ready to birth, right? And then after that is 10, which is completion, right? So 9 is the moment where things happen, right? Where the birth, so to speak, happens. So yeah, let's see what do the cards want to tell us about that. So I call on my ancestors, spirit guides, and guardian angels to give me answers for the highest and greatest good of collective. But what we need to know about the 9th 999 portal. What can we expect for the 999 portal? There it is. The comic? This is so fun. It's perfect that I'm laughing, right? This card just makes me laugh so much because it's so great. I really see this could be you, because it's funny how the cat looks a little sad, but then there's all this this party hat on it and all these colors shooting out from it. Sort of ironic, which is basis of humor, right? I feel like this could represent you maybe coming out of a sad time in your life and you're going to have some joyful laughs. Maybe you're going to join a group or something, or do a new activity that's going to put you in the path of people that maybe are a little lighthearted and funny, and maybe that's going to bring that side out in you. That's what I can see there for you. Yeah, I think you're going to be really sorry, I'll try to control myself. I think you're actually really going to learn to laugh a little more in life, have more fun in life. I think you're coming out of a time of suffering, and you're actually, and maybe like you have already left the time of suffering, but it's taking you a while to just relax back into feeling happy. Because sometimes when we go through a lot, that stuff can stick with us in a way that carries over, even if our circumstances are different, right? Yeah. So sometimes the energy can get stuck, and laughter is a great way to move that energy too. Laughter is such a high frequency thing. And joy is the highest frequency. So, I really see this as you up leveling as well. And really relaxing into joy, because maybe you thought you couldn't have joy or funny times. Like, you couldn't joke around and have fun because you were starting to get really kind of stiff and pent up from all of the stress, and you actually thought that if you let yourself relax and have fun, it would all fall apart, so to speak. So this is really letting you relax a bit, have some fun. Just hold on a sec. Sorry about that, just had to close a window. All right, so do I want to draw more cards? Okay, I think we're going to do 2 more cards here. So what else do we need to know about the 9th? Is this it? Yeah, it's 2 cards here. I felt it. Okay, let's see what they are. Whoa! The Shaman. Whoa! Very cool card. Look at all these symbols in here too. We got skulls, we got a diamond, we got a hand offering, we got the cosmos and the cosmic serpent coming in. Wow. I think you're really, really connected to the divine. And actually, I think this is part of it. I think you opening up to joy is going to really unlock that ability. Althea, yeah. I've gotten this card before. Althea. Oh, I really need to work on my memory. I'm going to have to look up Althea again. The concept cards like that really... I know them all except for Althea. And Gnosis is another one that always trips me up. I can't seem to remember it. Yeah. Our soul recognizes the truth when someone speaks it. A cool wave of relief washes over the room, and all the facts and figures in the world fall by the wayside. Such is the power of Althea, is the undeniable resonance that goes beyond the rational. We can also recognize Althea by its contagiousness. It makes me think of contagious laughter. When we hear someone speak the truth, we see the truth within ourselves, and we are more likely to tell our own story. The Althea card requires us to step forward toward an act of truth. This might look like a conversation, a gesture, a poetic act, or a ritual that honors the unveiling of what has been concealed. Reclaiming your own truth is a way to reclaim your vital energy, health, and sense of belonging in the world. Truth has its own wings, set it free. Gosh, yeah. So, sometimes like a lot of good comedy too comes from speaking the truth in a different way that people really resonate with, and it makes them laugh, but there's truth in the laughter, right? And I could see this being, this could also be you too, like you just speaking your truth, but it's coming out in this comical way that really resonates with people. I think you're kind of a funny person. I think you could actually really reach people through your humor. And maybe it could come in a lot of ways, not necessarily being like a stand-up comic or something like that. Maybe you do poetry, and speaking your truth in poetry can be playful too, right? It can be humorful. And that can really, but there's truth in it, a teaching. I really see this as you teaching truth through comedy and laughter, but like it's not to make it unserious. It's actually very high resonance. Yeah. I just want to take a look at the shaman for a sec, because I want to make sure there's nothing I'm missing there. The shaman. The magi, the sorcerer, the medicine woman. Maybe you're giving the medicine of laughter here. 3 archetypal ingredients constitute the shaman and all must be present in order to reveal its magic. First, the shaman is activated by long-standing and diligent study, the mentor. Second is its orientation is generous and accurately aimed toward the healing of the self, the other, and the culture, the healer. And third, the shaman has a knack for finding doorways to the other world, allowing psychic visions and old magic to leak into this world, the unseen. In this way, the shaman is a master who bridges the everyday and the sacred, revealing potent power needed desperately in our time. Yet where there is power, there is a shadow, so the shaman must be vigilant in studying their darkness. This card reminds us that the force of healing is ultimately not our own. We must shape it and share it with the world. Yeah, oh my gosh. So, yeah, like poets and comics and all of those people that, they stand up and they speak. And they speak a truth to the world that can come in their own form, whether that's comically or somberly. They can be really, it can come in any way. It's coming through them. You're the filter. You're the person that gives it shape. But at the end of the day, you're channeling something greater, something powerful that heals the world. Laughter can heal the world. Hearing the truth can heal the world. Heal people, heal an individual. When you heal an individual, you heal the world, because every person is a representation of the world. The micro and the macro, they're all one. So yeah, I think you're kind of a shaman. You're kind of, a powerful conduit for, divine truth. And you do it in such an everyday way. You do it just in living your life and living it powerfully powerfully, authentically. I don't know if that came out right, but you know what I mean. Just by being yourself and living your life and your truth, you're actually healing the world. Wow. That's beautiful. That is a powerful thing. I think I want to do Thoth Tarot next. This is pretty impactful reading. We're already 10 minutes in with only 3 cards. My goodness. I had a lot to say. I'm just really thrown by these 3 cards. They're really powerful. I think you're a powerful person and you don't even know it. All right, let's get some messages for the 999 portal. For the collective, for their highest and greatest good. What do they need to hear? 1. How many am I getting here? 3? I guess we're doing 3s today. Oh. This one? Okay. And then one more. This one. I feel this card too. Okay. I guess we're not doing 3s. Well, some 3s, but let's put these guys up here. You just sit up here. Oh, and by the way, I brought some honey calcite in today. I like calcite a lot. This is a nice chunky piece. Pretty. Bring in some confidence. Yeah, maybe you need some confidence. Because yellow I think of as like solar plexus confidence. Okay, let's see what we got here. Whoa. Debauch. 7 of Cups. Yeah, so maybe part of the, maybe there's been some blockage with not quite knowing how you want to express yourself. Oh my gosh, the devil. The devil. Maybe, part of what is blocking you from tuning in to this cosmic power is, could be something to do with addictions or even just attachments. I think possibly, oh my gosh, the moon. Yeah, I'm really getting a sense that there's been maybe some dark energies in your life that have blocked you from letting all of that in. And this is something that you really have to address in order to move forward with that. And actually, maybe the 999 is going to be about completing this cycle, because you have one last thing that you've got to work through before you can unlock this power. And you have to, oh my gosh, the Tower too. Look at these cards. They're so intense. My gosh. Okay, this is the last hurdle. That's all I gotta say is you've got to really just keep yourself calm, because there could be some chaos coming, but not a bad thing. This is actually you working through the last of some, I think, karmic energy going on. Because if you're going to be this kind of person that's bringing in this power and be this really important conduit for the world, and we're always working on stuff, no matter what, until the end of our days, we are always working through our journey. But I think for you in particular, you've got to address addiction if that is something that is in your life. I don't know if you smoke or you drink or whatever it is that you do, but that's something that has to go. If it's something, it's tough to quit things. It really is. It's a tough journey, but just speaking from personal experience, getting through the first 3 days is the hardest hurdle. But once you're through that, all the days get easier from there. And there will be moments of temptation, but you'll only gain strength as you go. But I also see this as something to do with other people. With the moon here in the Tower, I just feel like all those negative energies are being stripped away. There's going to maybe be an event of some kind that's going to maybe reveal this to you or allow you to cut loose from this, I think. Yeah. I think this is going to be what you need to make that final leap, that final hurdle, I guess. The moon, hidden things. The Egypt imagery here too makes me think of like past lives or past karma. Maybe this is just working through the last of your karma in order to take off, like set yourself off on your journey as the shaman. But also the shaman, you know, that card talks a lot about you, in order to be part of these cosmic energies, you have to really understand your darkness. And I think this could be I think you have maybe been doing this. I think you actually are on this journey and you're in the final stretch of yeah, you're at the final and the end. The finish line is within sight, so to speak. I think you're kind of, yeah, you're at the final stage. And that's going to be, it can be tough at the front because that's when we're most tired, right? Because we're at the end of the marathon. We're like, oh my God, I can't make it. But then you see the finish line and you get that extra burst of energy. So, you know, don't be scared of changing. Don't be scared of cutting loose from people that hold us back. Because you've done so much work to this point that nothing can stop you, honestly. I don't think you're going to be stopped because actually the devil, the moon, the tower, it's like you are just, you're taking it all out. You're just purifying yourself incredibly to the point that these things will not harm you anymore. Or not harm, but like they won't drag you down, drag your vibration down, because you're going to be really in tune and you're going to be so high vibe that these things can't touch you anymore. Yeah. And like the tower isn't necessarily negative. The tower can be about like the thing that has to fall down is falling down finally and something new can be built. And the moon, you know, it's looking inward, looking at the hidden thing. So yeah. And the devil, attachments, you know, attachments to addictions and people. And even the Seven of Cups can be about, you know, illusions, right? Being up in our head too much. This is really about, like, I see this so, even though it all seems negative, it is so positive because these are all the things that you're leaving behind, but also these things are going to enhance what you know, because you're going to be, you won't, you know, we don't become masters by only being light. We have to know the light and the dark, right? To be complete, to be fully aware, you know? And we can only relate to others if we know darkness, right? So going back to the comedy analogy, you know, a lot of comics, they build funny little narratives based on some of their worst moments sometimes, right? So I think everything you've gone through is only going to enhance whatever you become, because you will have this great knowledge and this great understanding of the complexity and the yin yang of the world. Yeah, I think this is a journey you were meant to go on. This wasn't, even if it was tough, even if it was hard, this is all meant to enhance you, to make you powerful. Yeah. Woo. Okay. I am going to take one of these cards. Zodiac Moon cards. What's going to happen for the 9-9 portal for collective? What do they need to know? What messages do we need to receive? Sun in Cancer, home. Focus on your home and love. Yeah. So just keep love in mind, right? Cancer, 4th house, home. Yeah, because, you know, if there's addictions actually in play here, home can be really, and creating a sanctuary for ourselves, that's all we really need, you know? And sometimes our home actually can be the source of our troubles as well, because sometimes if we're in a bad environment, that can make all these things happen, because it's our body's way of coping with the stress, right? So, you know, think about considering that, you know, and if it's your home is not where you're at, maybe consider changing things. If you have to leave someone, or maybe just move into a different environment because maybe you're just in a bad neighborhood, you know, that could really change a lot of things for you. Do I need this card? Oh, self-esteem, personal growth, Moon in Taurus. Yes. So, and yeah, self-esteem issues. Because a lot of this behavior can come from, you know, being down on ourselves, self-hatred. You know, our thoughts can create illusions about who we are when they're not true at all. And that's how these dark energies can come in and take advantage and get us to do things that are not in our highest alignment, right? So the key to this is creating a sanctuary in your home environment and making sure that that brings you peace, but also have peace in your mind. In your, you know, the sun is the day, and the outward, the living, the material, but then the moon is the inner self, the inner world, the mind. So Taurus, Moon in Taurus, have self-esteem, have or sorry, be aware of your self-esteem issues. And if there's something there that needs to be addressed, you know, there's ways we can enhance our self-esteem. Maybe we need to do a new activity and see how good we are at that. Maybe we need to try a comedy and see that we actually can do it. Or maybe we just need to work on our personal growth for a while. Maybe just stay in the home for a bit and do that, you know? It's not bad to retreat from the world if we need that to heal, right? And sometimes, you know, even a whole year on our own can actually do wonders for us, especially if we're struggling with addiction. So, you know, don't discount that. Don't think that you're being a hermit by staying home. Yeah, if you go out somewhere that where these things get activated, maybe just stay home, you know? Because sometimes, you know, we have a club or a group we go to, and that's where those behaviors happen a lot. Maybe you go to a group and you smoke a lot of weed, or I'm not sure, you drink a lot at a bar with certain people, and it's not actually helping you a lot. So maybe consider changing up the scenery, changing up where you go. Yeah. Do I need more cards here? Let me get a Stara card. Just one. Okay. Composting again. Oh my gosh, composting. Again. Got this last reading. It was through remembrance of the past that you can create a more purposeful future. So yeah, addressing things in the past too can really help us to, and maybe things that happened in our home life, right? Like things that were, you know, maybe traumatic growing up. Those things can affect our habits in our adult life. Like maybe if we do have addictions, a lot of times that has to do with trauma from childhood and the way we were raised. And we're still coping with that. We're still dealing with it. So I think, you know, seeing what's dredging up for us, maybe in this personal time that we take to examine ourselves and our lives, could really help. Yeah, I think it could really help. Just taking the time. Taking the time. Don't feel bad about that. Okay, I'm going to take seed and sickle card as well. Mushroom. That goes well with composting, doesn't it? Oh my gosh. Mushroom. Mushroom. Let me think here. What did mushroom mean? I'm going to have to look. This is a new deck for me. Oh, and 31. Yeah. It's a significant number for me, but maybe it's also significant for you. It goes down to a 4, which is, the number of home, right? It's the 4th house. We were talking about that. But also it can be about, I think of angels a lot with the number 4. So maybe you're being looked after too on the other side, and they're trying. I almost said crying there. Maybe they're crying for you. Maybe you've been through some rough things and they want you to be happy. And they're trying to help you towards that. Just like fungus, bodies that spread underground, hiding until they're ready to flourish upwards. You've been busy working away in the background. Yeah, you've been retreating and working on yourself. You're wearing yourself thin for the sake of those who don't even realize you've been burning the candle at both ends. If you're not careful, you'll reach a point where you'll burn yourself out. Catch this behavior before it gets out of control. Find someone to help with your workload, or compromise on areas that don't require as much attention. Be your own helping hand and find a way to balance your energy better. So maybe you've been working yourself so thin that's why these these negative energies can come in and influence you to smoke or drink, or even if it's not that, maybe they just influence your thoughts in a negative way, like bring in negative thinking patterns, or maybe you have anger issues and you're yelling at your family or your friends or at your work, and your temper's just flying everywhere. So maybe this is just, reminding you that it's all for a reason. It's, if something's hurting you, take the wound out, or take the wound out, take the sword out, or the thorn out, right? What's bothering us isn't necessarily obvious, but sometimes, it's the simplest explanation, and maybe you've just been working too hard. Let's take a butterfly card and see what needs to change, or what's coming as a change for 9-9 with this, because it sounds like you're coming up to really a confrontation with yourself. Yeah, and it could be other people too, because maybe you've decided you want to heal and you're like, I'm done with the people that have kept me back in these bad behaviors, right? Okay, let's go. This one. Relationship dynamics. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I think the relationships have a big part in this. Maybe your relationship is really stressing you out. And it doesn't have to be a romantic one, but I get a sense that it might be. Maybe your partner is, you're fighting with your partner a lot. And maybe your partner also is someone who's not helping you with these changes. Maybe they're kind of trying to pull you back into it. Yeah, sometimes we get people that like to, and they're not even necessarily doing it on purpose. They haven't worked on themselves either, right? And so, and they don't want change necessarily, but you want change. I think I want another one here, actually. Okay, what card do we need here? This guy. Gracefully aging. Okay. A lot of orange in this reading, huh? Maybe you are afraid to leave the relationship because you feel too old. And I really disagree, because you're never too old. You're never too old to start anew. Or if it's not a relationship, maybe sometimes we just feel too old to do new things, change our lives, but we are never too old. Even if we were like 81, we can still do that. And because the funny thing is, when we let go of things that are burdening us or weighing us down or hurting our body, we get this new vitality after, and it's like we're reborn, right? A rebirth happens, and it's like, sometimes we can age in reverse when we get away from stresses. So don't let your age hold you back, for sure. Especially if it's about starting something new. Do not let your age hold you back, because you don't need to do that. You can do anything at any age. You can start writing, I don't know why I said that, but maybe you are. Maybe you're writing poetry or books or comedy sketches. You can start anything at any age, and actually, we're often inspiring to other people. People don't look at us with disdain, they look at us as inspirations when we do stuff like that. So don't let that hold you back. It's just our mind, our illusions in our mind that make us think that we can't do something, right? Cards didn't want to come out. So funny. I thought I'd take some angel cards here. Maybe just one. See if we can get some guidance. Yeah, what guidance can we take for this reading, this pile, this collective? Aw, you are safe, Archangel Michael. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you and your loved ones, and home. Home. Yeah. So maybe part of definitely lower energies coming in. So whatever you're afraid of, maybe even, you're a little scared of confronting certain people, but just call on Archangel Michael to help you, and they will protect you while you do this. I'm protecting you against lower energies, guarding you and your loved ones, your home. You will be safe. You can call on the angels to protect you, to support you while you do something, and they will make things work out in your favor. They will. You don't have to be afraid. They are always protecting you. Now, I think I want... Is there anything else I want to say about that? Yeah, just call on Archangel Michael and ask him to assist you for your highest and greatest good. Yeah. I call on Archangel Michael to assist me in any way they see fit, as long as it's for my highest and greatest good. Just say that before you go to sleep at night. And do it as many times as you need to, and they will come and help you. If you need extra support, they're there for you. Okay, now I do want to do a Land Sky Oracle card. Oops. Little side thing here. Let's see, what else can we give for the 999 portal for the collective? What messages? Oh, there. This one? Oh, liberation. Moksha. I hope I am pronouncing this right. If you're Indian and I'm butchering it, I'm so sorry. But yeah, moksha, liberation. You are going to be liberated from this pain. This. I feel like you've been feeling really trapped. Actually, maybe you're even feeling trapped in your home. Actually, because maybe that's where these energies are. It's in your sacred space. And your home is a sacred space. It's a place where you need to feel safe. So if that place is being hindered by energies in your home, and maybe you're scared to like confront people, or maybe this requires, even something as serious as divorce, it's scary, but what's worse is staying in it, right? Staying stuck is much, much worse, and not letting the tower happen. And I you know what? I think the tower is going to happen no matter what, because something's going to give. So you just take reassurance that you will feel liberated when this is over. You will feel free and whole. This is like the seed of life there. Yeah, new seeds are going to be started. Composting, mushrooms. I just really see this as, you're birthing something new, and you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be afraid. You really don't. Yeah. Is that it there, or do I want rabbit? Okay, we're going to get a couple of rabbit tarot cards just to see how is this going to all play out. What is going to work out? Okay, I think I got 3 there. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, these 3. This one really wants to come out too. That's it. Okay. All right. Let's see what these cards are about. I don't remember the order. I guess we'll start from the top. Oh, they're upside down. Okay. King of Swords. Okay, so look at the butterfly. Got butterflies here too. You're gonna have to really. Actually, I think of Michael with the sword here actually too, and the swords are about the mind, the mental words. And the King of Swords is the master of the mind, and he's really good with his words, and he's master of his words. So, this might take some tricky, you might have to be really careful about how you say this, but I think you don't have to worry because I think you've attained a mastery here that's going to allow you to say what you need to say. But you're going to have to say it, is the thing. So that's the part that's the hard part, but I think you're gonna do it. I think you are. I think you're gonna make it. Yeah, 7 of Swords, confirmation there. Okay, so 7 of Swords, often there's trickery and or like being careful with your words, especially. So this might be something where you have to exit a situation and you have to be careful about how you do it. So you're gonna have to be not exactly be a trickster, but be very careful with your words in order to make this as easy as possible on yourself. Yeah, swords. Yeah, swords and words. So you got to really be careful about how you go about this. But I think Michael's with you, and so you're going to know what to say. Moonlight. Ooh. I think of this card as thinking about turning inward, because there's another card that's the rabbit is facing outwards with the moon. But this is really, you're going to have to look inward to find the words, right? So maybe take some time to reflect. Maybe write out what you want to say first. And because sometimes we come up with harsh words first, and then we look back on it and we're like, actually, I want to say something a little differently, because sometimes it'll get a bad reaction, and maybe you've got someone reactive that you're dealing with, someone really difficult to deal with, and so you got to be careful about how you phrase things. Don't make it a personal attack. Make it about yourself. Make it about what you want, and say, I need this. This is what has to happen for me, my happiness. Because if we turn a pointing finger and be like, you make me unhappy, you do this and you do that, they'll take it as personal attack and pull us back down with them into those lower energies. So I picked this back up again because I noticed, look, it's the moon and then moonlight. So looking to the moon or your inner self is going to be illuminating. You're going to see the moonlight and see what we need to see. Yeah, to know what to say, we need to look inward. That's definitely the message here. And let's just pick up last card. King of Cups. Yes. King of Cups he's the master of his emotions. He's the master of himself, his heart. And that's what's going to happen through this experience. Even though it's tough, you're going to be such a master of what your heart truly desires. You're going to know what your heart truly desires, and you're going to be able to speak that. And learning that is again part of this learning how to relate to people in a way. Because maybe you're afraid of being alone. Or that your community will be uprooted if you do this. But you'll be liberated. You'll be liberated, and you will have such a release on life. Your heart will feel free, and you'll also be able to relate to others who've gone through something like that. And there'll also be ways that you can really communicate pain to others in a way, maybe in a funny way, and maybe in a way that's like so relatable that it helps a lot of people. So I really see good things for you. Just don't feel afraid. Call on Archangel Michael if you feel like you're falling back into a pattern and you don't know if you can do this, but you can. You can. You're going to do it. Because you are going to be a powerful shaman. You're going to be a powerful healer in this world. And if you do this, you're going to be free to do that. You're going to be free to help the world and to help yourself heal your heart. Yeah, so don't be afraid. Okay, I think that was it for this reading. It's going to be a really powerful 999 portal for you. Oh my gosh. But it's going to be ultimately good. Just, don't be afraid of facing, the devil. It's a weird thing to say, end the reading on, but maybe you've got a bit of a devil in your life. So don't let them drag you down. You can do this. All right. Take care. I love you so much, and you can be at ease. Be at ease. All right. Take care.